Anyway,
All
thanks
right.
everybody for plugging in.
Of course.
Let me start off by saying that some of you may have expected a one-on-one Zoom interview, and we get just tremendous responses from our ads. And so basically what we're going to do today is I'm going to give you just a basic overview on our business, and at that point you could decide to book another meeting, which will be a one-on-one, either phone call or interview. And then at that point, it'll be, like I said, one-on-one after I'm done. And if you don't, that's cool too. I mean, I think it'll at least make your time and my time more efficient. But hopefully I'll share something with you that will really kind of open up your mind to what you can accomplish in your life and in your career, right? So that's the first thing I wanted to kind of lay out. The second thing I wanted to lay out is that you're going to hear the 100% commission, no salary, plus commission. It's 100% commission. But what I want you to do is keep an open mind, like don't hang up. Because 22 years ago when I got started with this thing, I had 3 young kids, ages 4, 2, and 1, a wife that I absolutely adore because she's right here in front of me. And she's part of my staff too. So, so I treat her like a queen, right, dear? Anyway.
She's agreeing back there, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to score points, man. The secret to a long marriage is score points with your wife all the time, and she's always right. And so those are just some of the keys for those of you thinking about long-term marriage. Anyway,
you don't want to get in the doghouse ever.
Yeah. Tell that to mine.
Happy wife, happy life. Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
Put a ring on it. Put a ring on it. Anyway, like Beyonce says. So I couldn't jump into 100% commission. I was making like 150,000 a year.
How was that all?
22 years ago. So that, with inflation and everything, that's about 225,000 in a year. But my life was hateful because I never saw my kids, never saw my wife. And I just couldn't see that being a long-term solution to having a life, right? And so I was wide open. In fact, I was praying. I was praying, Lord, help me find something that I can be able to just provide for my family, but also spend time with them. Because I want to raise my children. I want to spend time with my wife, and I was not doing that. So 2 weeks later, after that prayer, like literally, a buddy of mine called me and said, "Hey, dude, here's an opportunity for you. I don't know if you're open and looking right now." I go, "Absolutely." And he goes, "It's insurance. There's a lead program." And I asked him, "People make money in that?" He goes, "Yeah, people make a lot of money in it." And I go, "Do I have to quit my job because I can't just leap off into 100% commission?" He goes, "No, man, you can do it part-time." And that's what I needed to hear. I needed to hear that I could do it part-time to prove the model, to see if it's something I could do. Because, man, I wanted to get out of that job trap. I needed to get out of going to work every day, them telling me how much I could make, how much vacation that I would have.
Like super strict rules and stuff.
So I could do it part-time. And that's really, kind of the point. And thank God I did, because I got my life insurance license in December 99. I started selling on our lead program in January 2000. By doing it part-time, 10 to 15 hours a week, I was cash flowing by the end of February 2000, about $2,000, $2,500 a week, which let me know that I could, if I went full-time, I could rock this thing, right? So a month later, by the end of March, my wife let me quit my job so I could go full-time. And so I made 6 figures that year. The next year I doubled. Next year I doubled. Next year I doubled. Next year I doubled. So I doubled my income like 5 years in a row. So you do the math. It changed my life. But more importantly, what it allowed me to do is spend time with my kids and be able to raise my children and be there for them, and let my wife book my family calendar first and then my business calendar around it. And so, literally it was an answer to prayer that, that I walked down the road. And so I would say just hang in there to the end and see if this might still make sense, even on a part-time basis. And then, book a time with me to ask more questions. So again, keep an open mind. So let's go ahead and jump into this PowerPoint. So that's my lovely family. there's my wife in the middle, and she can see that she's happy being around her family. My 5 kids, and my 5 kids are awesome. They turned out great, and I think a lot of it was my wife and I were there for them to raise them. And if you want freedom, I'll tell you what, this is a business where you don't have to be in the butt kissing mode. Like I was in a career with other companies, and I was in the Air Force too. And it was butt kissing, man. It was all about butt kissing to get ahead. And I didn't like that environment. Like I said, I didn't like having them tell me I only had 2 weeks of vacation. I wanted freedom. And some of y'all, if you've been to college, the thing that you find out after getting your first job out of college or even after high school is you do not have a summer. Like your summers are gone. You ever get like that cold splash in the face where you no longer had a summer? It was like, man, welcome to the real world. Well, I wanted to be able to have summers whenever I wanted, anytime during the year. I just wanted that freedom, man. And that's what this business allowed me to do. And that's, I think, big reason why my kids have turned out like incredible. Well, let's move on. Let's talk about culture. Culture to me is one of the most important things about deciding whether or not you want to be involved at all with a company that you're considering. So let's talk about that and why I think our culture is pretty cool. Because it's the culture I wanted to be in, right? So we're a sales organization, but we think about first about how we can help our clients to the best ability that we can. We don't look at our commission, we look at the mission of serving others and reaping what we sow. We pour into our clients to give them the best we have. And then our commissions is just really a reflection of the value that we add to other people. So it's mission versus commission. The second one is I'm all about personal development. I want to help you become the best version of yourself in all aspects, not only sales, but in all aspects of your life, right? So that you can be effective in your relationships, you can be effective spiritually, you can be effective in creating income and long-term financial stability for your family, right? So personal development is really key for me to help you get there. Next thing is we treat you like family. You matter to me and to our staff and to everyone that's involved in helping you in the ABN Financial Group. We don't treat you like an agent number or profit center. A lot of these agencies out there that are in this business, which really frankly is sad, is they treat you like a profit center. It's more of the mud against the wall mode of hiring a bunch of agents and then see who sticks. It's like, man, that sucks, and that's not the way that God put me on this earth to be. It's you matter to me, and we're going to help you make this the best life you can be for you and your family in our organization. And then finally, the results: freedom, time and money to be able to do the things you want to do with your family and the time to do it with. And I'll really get into that more later, but that kind of freedom is what we're talking about in terms of results. Then finally, what it comes down to, are you living a life of fulfillment? And for me, I'm talking about me, God, family, and business. And we're going to teach you how, because the fallacy that you've heard is balance. I'm trying to have balance, Alex, in my life. And the whole notion and paradigm of balance is you're doing one thing versus another thing. You're doing more for one than you're doing for another. And the way that my brain works and what I'm going to teach you is how to change that paradigm to living a life of fulfillment by living your life so that all three things or all your priorities that are important to you are fulfilled. And you live a life that's happy. You're not chasing happiness, you're chasing fulfillment, which then turns into, satisfaction and all those things that, people are looking for. So let's jump into what it is we're about. We're about financial services, okay? What does that mean? We're going to start you with life insurance. We're going to get into retirement planning. We do health insurance. We do mutual funds. We have access to all the different financial service products out there for clients, okay? Now, we're not going to dump all this on you all at once. We're going to start you with life insurance to sell individual life insurance sales to clients, okay? But then we're going to move you into other products. It could be estate planning. It could be tax strategy planning. We're going to mentor you to become a trusted advisor to your client, not just a life insurance salesperson, okay? And that's really why we call ourselves the Amazon of financial services, because we're able to provide our clients with typically anything in financial services, and also with the top-notch companies out there. So here's a short video on what we do to get you started on the life insurance sales side.
Everybody knows that easy money is hard to come by. You could win the lottery, but only one person in a million will win it big, and odds are it won't be you. You can find money on the street or in your laundry, and that's easy money, but chances are it won't be enough to live on. What about simple money? That's where you go off to your job every day, and at the end of the week, your boss hands you a paycheck. Lots of us have simple money. The problem is, the harder you work, the more money the company makes, but your weekly paycheck stays exactly the same. If you do it long enough, your boss might throw you a bone at your annual review, but either way, your pay is out of your control. But what if you can enjoy the predictability of a simple money job and feel like you're getting paid what you're worth? Instead of clocking in a 40-plus hour work week for mediocre pay, what if you could double or triple your income with less work? That may sound incredible, but that's just what many of our teammates are doing every week in an industry that's been thriving since it was invented more than 3 centuries ago. This is where the ABN Financial Group steps in. We're not a typical company. We're more like a matchmaker, bringing customers and solutions together based on their compatibility. Here's how it works. Every day, thousands of people are going through major life changes. They're getting married, they're having babies, or they're buying a home. And that's when they realize that if something tragic happened to them, a loved one could be left holding the bag. So every day we contact people going through these life changes and ask about their money situation. Many admit that they need financial help if tragedy struck, so we get detailed information on who they are and how and when to contact them, and we give that information to teammates like you. When you meet with them, you'll assess their situation and find a matching life insurance company who can cover their expenses in an unexpected crisis. And the life insurance company will reward you in a big way. It's a win-win-win situation. The customer wins peace of mind, the life insurance company wins a customer, and you win a big commission check. And crazy as it seems, hundreds of people are letting us know every day that they need help, and we just can't get to them all. Our question for you then is, how many families can you help this week? 5? 10? 100? Because with ABN Financial, your compensation is limited only by how much you want to work. Plus, when you're ready, you can hire a team of friends to help you out and build a long-lasting and stable business of your own. The more families you help as a team, the bigger your compensation will be. So whether you're looking to earn some extra money on the side or looking to start a business, isn't it time to take charge of your destiny? Contact a team member today and find out if ABN Financial is right for you.
All right. These are examples of the grade A companies that we work with. We have about 45 of them and hundreds of products. Now, don't be intimidated by that. We're going to teach you just a few basic companies and a few products, and then we'll expand your knowledge with other things on a case-by-case basis when you run into a client that requires another product. So a little bit about us, a little bit about me. As I mentioned, I started the business 22 years ago. I got my degree at the Air Force Academy and I served my country proudly as an Air Force officer for 5 years. And I loved to serve my country, but I felt like I needed to do more, so I got out, and then I jumped in the corporate world and I traded my blue suit for a real suit, and then found the same thing. The corporate environment was something I just did not resonate with me. I just needed to be free, man. I didn't like that slavery of the job thing. I just want to be independent. I want to be able to do what I want to do with my family, and actually want to make more money. Like, you cannot, honestly, you can't make a lot of money in a job. I don't care how much, some of these, executives making $200,000 a year, like, that's it. I want to be able to make more than that, right? Because I knew that I could do more for myself and not be under the thumb of a boss. And the other part I hated was a resume. Like, I know you guys, somebody else sent in resumes, and it's like, I look at people, I look at you as an individual and what you're trying to accomplish. Resumes is really your way to shop you out to the highest bidder. And I just didn't like that idea, man. Anyway, so I think you get that about me already, that I'm more about independence. And now I'm in a mode, honestly, of giving back. I've done well by the grace of God. And now I want to give back to you. I want to give back to you who want to join me and mentor you to take advantage of what a great business this is. And I do it more as a mission to really serve. What kind of selling do we do? We're going to teach you at the beginning to do direct-to-consumer sales. We're going to teach you how to get in front of people through our lead program and help them with their life insurance, okay? They've already shown an interest in our lead program, which I'll talk about in a little bit. We're going to teach you how to take care of them. Two major ways. We do in-home appointments, which is the most effective way because you're sitting down with people face-to-face. Then you're also you can do Zoom call appointments, over-the-phone appointments, telesales. And it's not as effective. The closing rates are lower, but that is an option for you. Like if your car breaks down or whatever, you can't get out, or it's this blizzard, you can do it over the phone and help clients that way. But we're going to teach you how to do direct to consumer. But we're going to graduate you to do direct to business owners, which is more lucrative, et cetera. But right now, direct to consumer, getting you started. Okay, our lead program. So you're not going to have to go after your family and friends, okay? That's the horror, right? To think about these are what these other agencies out there will do. They're going to say, hey, Joe, why don't you put together a list of your 200 family and friends, and we're going to field train you by calling them and doing insurance reviews. Okay, now can you imagine? Hello, Mark, this is Alex. I know I haven't seen you in 10 years since high school, but I just became a life insurance agent and I would love to come over and review your life insurance. Oh my gosh, can you imagine having to sell insurance like that? I mean, that's not fun. That's not what I would have done. Thank God for a lead program. So we have direct mail leads, internet search leads. We've got social media leads. I mean, we've got every type of lead you can imagine to get you in front of these people. And are you going to have to pay for leads? No, I'm going to pay for those leads. My job is to get you to book the appointments, right? All you have to do is get on the phone and just slam the phone to book the appointments. Go out. We're going to teach you how to sell. We're going to teach you how to quote. We're going to teach you how to write up the electronic application. So we have a lead program. Training and support. I'm all about training and support, man. I am fanatical about it. We do weekly Zoom calls, several different Zoom calls to help you with sales, to help you with product, to help recognize on our leaderboard who turned in business. We do live in-person training through boot camps. In fact, a couple weekends ago, we did a live boot camp in Louisville, Kentucky, and we'll go around to different cities to do training. We have a massive video training library. We do web-based training to get you started. I'll do personal one-on-one coaching. We have ride-alongs available, so you can ride along with an agent and watch what they do. And then we have national conferences where you can get to a room of 1,000, 2,000 agents with only the top people teaching from stage. I mean, those are pretty tremendous events. So we really don't leave any stone unturned. So what can you expect income-wise? Well, if you can give me 10 hours a week, I will turn that into 1,000, 1,500 a week. So you'll make on the side, $50,000 a year minimum, right? So that's easy to do. That's easy to teach you. And you can do that on a weekend if you want. Now, if you want to go 25 hours a week, put to this, I can teach you how to make 6 figures easily. Do that. Then if you want to work a 40-hour week to this, then it's multiple 6 figures, baby. I'll definitely teach you how to do that. So that's what we expect income-wise. Hopefully somewhere in there is what your objective is financially. Now, let's talk about how personal commissions work. This is how that works. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to teach you how, this example, teach you how to help someone with their mortgage protection. In other words, they buy a life insurance policy, they'll cover their home. In other words, it'll pay their family the money to pay the loan off, paying the mortgage off. And our average premium on these type of policies is about $85 a month. So what we do to calculate your commission is we multiply that by 12 months, called annual premium. So you'll get credit for a $1,000 annual premium sale. And then you'll multiply your starting commission rate, say it's 75%. So 75% times 1,000, you'll make $750 total compensation for that policy. If it's a permanent policy, a whole life policy, something that'll last their lives, then you'll get a renewal on that. So you might get another $10, $15 a year when the client keeps their policy. And the renewals will just add up over time. So it's pretty cool. So that's how personal commissions work. Now, if you want to build a team, this is how the team commissions work. This is something I recognized from day one that I could do, and that's what I wanted to do. Is I wanted to bring on my family and friends, actually people that I knew that wanted to make money on the side. So let's say you bring on 5 part-time agents and you're part-time yourself, and they do 10,000. They have 10 families in a month on average. So let's say they do 10,000 each. So your agency production, not counting your production, is 50 grand. So out of 50,000, you get paid an over. Let's say you're at a 85%, so you make 10% on your team. So you'll make $5,000, which is really cool, on overrides on your team that month. And then plus whatever you do personally, if you did the same thing, you'll make, if you did 10,000, you're 85%, you'll make $8,500 on top of the 5,000 you make on overrides. So that's about 150 grand a year plus. So that's not bad. Everyone's doing it part-time. Okay, so that's how team commissions work. Now, one thing that I'll acknowledge is that this could be a stepping stone opportunity for you. I'm going to teach you how to be a Jedi Knight in sales. Like seriously, you will learn how to make money selling in an awesome way. We're going to teach you the power of influencing people using techniques like neurolinguistic programming. We have a Sandler sales system that we use. You're going to be supreme in influencing and sales. So in other words, we're going to teach you how to make a lot of money too. But we're going to teach you how to make a lot of money and then also lock in a tax-free retirement system for yourself that we teach our clients. So you're going to be on solid ground when it comes to retirement. And then we're going to give you tremendous experience. Now look, if that's what you learned from me and you are successful, but you want to move on to a different industry, a dream job, a different vocation, God leads you into something better, well, then man, I'm fired up about that. I'm fired up that I can help you get there, that I was instrumental in helping you do that. Okay. To me, that rocks. Okay. I'd love to do that. But here's the other thing. If you decide to plant your flag with me and join me for a career, man, I'll give you a career like no other. You'll become a manager of other agents, you'll be a leader, and this is where you get into the multi-6 figures, if not 7-figure income. I've mentored a bunch of agents on the 7-figure income level. Or you can be a mega consultant. One of my top agents, Megan Wood, she joined us 4 years ago. She was a server bartender at Applebee's for 13 years, never made more than $40,000 a year. She got started with us first year, part-time. She's a single mother of a young child 4 years ago, and she can only do one Saturday a month. And she made in one Saturday a month, not even on the lead program, just on her personal contacts of people that came into her restaurant, she made over $40,000 her first year. The next year, she started running leads. Okay. Next year, she made over $150,000. It's like $160,000 next year. Then she decided to go full-time last year. Last year, she made $650,000. This year, she's our #1 agent. She'll make over $800,000 this year purely in sales. And she's just lives in a small town by Lafayette, Indiana. And she rocks, man. You'll have a chance to actually watch her train. She's pretty cool. But she has 0 college, purely just working as a server bartender, man. And so if that's what you want to be like her, man, that's cool too. Either way, there's a career with us. So that is the extent of my formal presentation. I'm going to let you unmute and ask questions. But let me start off with probably the first question is, how do I get started? What do I have to do to get my license? So the licensing process is very simple. We're going to get you signed up with an online class. It's probably one of our highest passing rate classes that we recommend. It's not ours, but it's through a company called Exam Effects. They're heavy on videos, and it's really good, really great material to help you pass your state licensing. It only takes about a week to go through it part-time studying, okay? You don't have to spend a lot of time in it, but you'll get through it. And we recommend taking the 100-question multiple choice for the life insurance license right after, like soon thereafter, because you'll remember more about how to pass the license. Like you'll recognize the answer easier. So within 2 weeks, you'll be able to get your license. And And the course to get started is like $49 with our discount. So you have to get signed up by us to get the discount. It's more like $249, I think, if you just buy it outright. But we'll get you a massive discount on it. Once you get your license, there's about 6 hours of training material to go through to teach you how to do basic life insurance sales. And then we're going to get leads in your hands, start booking appointments and making money. So if you followed that program, inside of 4 weeks, you can probably start making money with us. But like I said, don't quit your day job. Don't quit your full-time job or part-time job. Continue to make money, but ramp this up on the side. If you want to go full-time, let's say you have, a significant other that's paying the bills and you want to jump in full-time, then let's rock. The only thing holding you back is how fast you want to go. We're going to keep pace with you, okay? So that's basics on getting your license. Well, I appreciate y'all being on the call, and I texted out my in the chat my interview calendar. You can just copy and paste it. I don't think it's live, a hot link, and then you can book the next appointment. Then I'll also follow up with an email, so I'll email you all that information within this afternoon, and you'll be able to just book right there. Okay, so anyway, appreciate y'all being on. Thanks for your time and attention. Hopefully we'll get a chance to talk soon.